All right, you money-hungry bastards. Let's cut the crap and dive into some seriously fucked up shit about the world's richest people.
You mean like how they wipe their asses with $100 bills?
Exactly that kind of shit.
Okay, I'm with you.
So we're talking about the Bloomberg Billionaires Index.
Ah, the ultimate scoreboard for the ultra-rich.
This thing updates every goddamn day so you can practically watch these assholes get richer in real time.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating in a disturbing way. You know, it's like a real-time ranking of the world's most loaded motherfuckers.
It's enough to make you want to grab a pitchfork and storm a goddamn castle, right?
Maybe invest in pitchfork futures first, Gotta ride that wave.
Smart thinking. So who's sitting on the Iron Throne of money as of December 31st, 2024?
As of that date, our boy Elon Musk is back on top.
No surprise there.
Nope, with a mind-boggling $432.3 billion.
Jesus Christ, that's more than the GDP of most countries.
It's bananas, right?
Absolute bananas. And what about the rest of the list?
The total net worth of the entire list is a staggering $9.8 trillion.
Trillion with a T.
You got it.
Holy shit, that's like all the money in the world.
Pretty much. It's like these people are playing a completely different game.
Yeah, like Monopoly with real money and no bankruptcy.
So how do they even track all this wealth? Does Bloomberg have like a secret society of accountants or something?
Maybe they're using those goddamn spy satellites they're always talking about.
It's actually a mix of public and private data.
So like stocks and shit.
Yeah, they track things like stock prices, real estate holdings, yachts, art collections, all that extravagant bullshit that these people love.
So basically they stalk these billionaires and document every penny they spend.
Pretty much.
Makes you wonder how accurate it all is. I mean, do they factor in those offshore accounts and hidden assets?
Well, that's the thing. The index doesn't actually make any assumptions about personal debt.
So the numbers we see are just the tip of the iceberg.
Could be a whole lot more lurking beneath the surface.
That's some scary shit, man.
It is what it is.
So let's talk about those sneaky bastards trying to hide their wealth.
The hidden billionaires?
Are there really people out there with billions who are trying to stay under the radar?
Oh, absolutely. Since 2012, the index has uncovered among 400 hidden billionaires.
Damn. So who are these secret billionaires? Give us some names.
Well, they've uncovered some pretty big names like Jamie Dimon.
The JP Morgan Chase guy?
The one and only.
No fucking way.
Turns out he was sitting on a mountain of cash that nobody knew about.
What about others?
Another one is Lindsay Torres, the president of In-N-Out Burger.
In and out. Serious.
Seriously. Apparently those double-doubles are more profitable than we thought.
Damn, even burger royalty is trying to hide their riches.
It's a crazy world we live in.
All right, let's move on to the main event. The motherfuckers on the top of the list.
The ones we all love to hate.
Let's start with the king of the hill, Elon Musk. Besides Tesla and SpaceX, what the hell is this guy up to these days?
Well, the Mars thing is still on the table, but Neuralink, his brain-machine interface company, is definitely making waves.
Neuralink. Sounds like some Black Mirror shit. What's that all about?
They're developing implantable brain chips.
You're kidding, right?
Dead serious. These chips could potentially allow people to control devices with their thoughts.
So he's trying to turn us all into cyborgs.
That's one way to put it.
This guy's either a genius or completely insane.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Probably. Let's move on to Jeff Bezos. What's he been up to besides building rockets and delivering packages at warp speed?
Well, Amazon is still his main squeeze, but he's also heavily invested in Blue Origin, his space exploration company.
Remember that whole space tourism thing?
How could we forget?
Is he still trying to build a space hotel or something?
No concrete plans for a space hotel yet, but he's definitely making moves to expand human presence in space.
Like a Bond villain with a Bezos smile?
He's also invested in various other ventures, media companies, healthcare startups, you name it.
He's like a goddamn octopus reaching into every industry imaginable.
Pretty much.
And then there's Bill Gates, our resident philanthropist, billionaire.
Dethroned, but still ridiculously rich.
What's he doing with all that cash these days? Trying to save the world.
Well, he's been putting his money where his mouth is when it comes to philanthropy. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is tackling some of the world's biggest challenges.
Like what?
Global health poverty, climate change. They've made significant progress in fighting diseases like malaria and polio, and they're investing heavily in clean energy technologies.
It's all well and good, but let's be real. The guy could solve world hunger and still have enough left over to buy a small island.
It's a mind-boggling amount of money.
It really is. So we've got these billionaires building rockets, trying to colonize Mars, and implanting chips in our brains, while the rest of us are just trying to make rent.
It's a tale of two worlds.
All right, we're about to dive into some seriously heavy shit about what all this means for the rest of us. But first, let's take a moment to process all this craziness. We'll be right back to dissect the implications of all this insane wealth and what it means for us mere mortals.
So let's get back to this whole billionaire thing.
Yeah, this concentration of wealth is seriously messed up.
It's like they're living on a different planet playing by their own rules.
And their decisions affect the entire goddamn world.
Yeah.
What does this insane wealth gap actually mean for the rest of us?
Well, for starters, it creates a whole lot of inequality.
Like those fuckers hoarding all the resources while the rest of us scrape by.
Exactly. It's a system rigged in their favor.
So it's not just about the money, it's about power.
Exactly. They can influence governments, shape public opinion, even control entire industries.
Like puppet masters pulling the strings of society.
And this power dynamic can have serious consequences, eroding public trust, fueling social unrest, even undermining democracy.
So what the fuck can we do about it? Do we just sit here and bitch? Or is there actually a way to change this fucked up system?
Storming their mansions and redistributing the wealth might sound tempting.
Oh, it does, trust me.
But I think there are more practical and effective approaches.
Like what? Give me some hope here.
One solution is a more progressive tax system.
Make those greedy bastards pay their fair share.
Exactly. We can also strengthen social safety nets.
Things like universal health care, affordable housing, education.
Right. Give everyone a fighting chance.
Makes sense. But let's be real. These billionaires won't give up their power without a fight.
True. They've got armies of lawyers and lobbyists protecting their interests.
So it's a losing battle.
Not necessarily. We need to keep the pressure on demand change and hold them accountable.
Okay, so we've talked about the downsides of billionaire wealth. But is there anything positive that comes out of it? Some of them do philanthropy right.
Some do. And it's commendable when they use their wealth to address social problems.
So maybe they're not all bad.
Hold on. While philanthropy can play a role, it's not a magic bullet.
It's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Exactly. It doesn't address the underlying issues, and let's not forget, they get to choose which causes they support.
And their motives aren't always pure.
Right. They get tax breaks, and their philanthropy boosts their public image and influence.
They're trying to buy their way out of guilt.
You could say that. But hey, if they're willing to throw some billions at making the world a better place, it's better than another mega yacht.
True. But we need to demand transparency and make sure their philanthropy is making a real difference.
Absolutely. Accountability is key.
Okay, so we've talked about the downsides and the complexities of philanthropy. But are there any actual benefits to having these ultra-rich individuals around? They create jobs and invest in innovation.
They do play a role in economic growth.
So is it a necessary evil?
That's the question, isn't it? Do the benefits outweigh the costs? It's a question we all need to grapple with.
This is heavy shit, man.
It is, but it's important to have these conversations.
We can't just bury our heads in the sand.
Exactly. Stay informed, engaged, and willing to fight for a more just and equitable society.
All right, so we've explored the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, dissected the implications of wealth concentration, and even imagined a different world.
Hopefully this has sparked some critical thinking and inspired you to take action.
So what's the final takeaway? What do you want listeners to walk away with after this deep dive into the world of billionaires? All right, so we've spent a good chunk of time staring into the abyss of billionaire wealth, but what's the fucking point? What do we do with all this knowledge about these obscenely rich motherfuckers?
The first step is acknowledging that this shit is fucked up.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, right?
Yeah, but we need to really internalize it. This system where a tiny fraction of the population controls so much wealth and power has huge implications for everyone.
Not just the poor saps struggling to pay rent.
Exactly. It's about democracy, power, and our values as a society.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
The Bloomberg Billionaires Index is a spotlight on this inequality.
Showing us how extreme it's become.
Yeah.
So what the hell do we do about it? We can't just shrug and say, that's capitalism.
Hell no. We need to get pissed off demand change and hold these billionaires accountable.
You think they'll listen?
We need to make them listen. Push for policies that promote economic equality, strengthen social safety nets, curb the power of corporations.
Easier said than done. These billionaires have a lot of influence.
True, but we can't give up. We need to organize, mobilize, make our voices heard.
Vote for politicians who give a damn about the little guy.
Exactly. Support organizations fighting inequality. Even talk to your friends and family about these issues.
So it's not just about bitching on Twitter.
It's about taking action in the real world. Even small actions can make a difference.
So educate yourself. Challenge the status quo support initiatives that promote fairness. Don't underestimate the power of collective action.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
But let's be real, most of us are never going to be billionaires. So what's the takeaway for the average Joe just trying to get by? Is there any hope in this fucked up system?
We can't let the pursuit of wealth consume us. True wealth isn't just about money.
You're getting all philosophical on me now.
It's about living a meaningful life, connecting with others, contributing to something bigger than ourselves.
So you're saying we should focus on our values, relationships, and making a positive impact, even if we never make it onto the Bloomberg Billionaires Index.
Exactly. We need to redefine what success means.
Find fulfillment outside the rat race.
Precisely. Money is important for survival, but it's not everything.
All right, folks, you heard it here first. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Live your life, connect with others, and make a goddamn difference in the world, even if you're not a billionaire.
And remember, knowledge is power. The more we understand how this system works, the better equipped we are to challenge it and create a more just and equitable world.
Damn right. That's it for today's deep dive, you beautiful bastards. Stay informed, stay angry, and keep fighting the good fight. Peace out.